Hi everyone, I'm Sandie La Nae. Welcome to Psychic Creations. We have a very interesting show for you. Our guest happens to work for the Nevada Parks and Recreation Department. So please welcome to Psychic Creations an awesome park interpreter, Kim Zuch.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Oh, thanks.
This is going to be a very fun show, and I think my viewers, okay, and myself are excited to get to know just what features and programs that Kim and the park provide for the tourists.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think this will be fun.
Yeah. Well, our first question is, are you a native of Nevada?
I was born in Las Vegas, and
Oh.
we only lived there for a couple of years before my family moved to Utah. And I've been back here it'll be 8 years at the end of September.
Oh, nice.
So,
Do you like Nevada?
yeah, I like Nevada. It's a lot like Utah.
It is.
Desert.
It is, that's right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, what piqued your interest in wanting to work for the Nevada Parks Department?
I was working full-time for Utah State Parks, and when I met my husband, and he was born and raised in Carson City, so after we lived there for a couple of years, he started wanting to come back to this area because his family's here and he wanted to be around Lake Tahoe again. So he's the one that actually found the job announcement for Fort Churchill. So I called them, I applied, and then we came out and visited the park. So we spent a couple days out here just walking around and meeting the rangers out there. And then I did a phone interview, and 3 days later I got a phone call asking if I still wanted to move to Nevada, and I said yes. So that's what brought us back.
Oh, boy, that was just meant to be then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
So, yeah.
Well, do you still work at Fort Churchill?
No, I was there for 2.5 years, but now I work at Washoe Lake State Park as the park interpreter.
Washoe Lake. Oh, that's nice. Do you like that out there?
Yeah, I've been there almost, well, actually just over 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's your home now, isn't it?
Yeah, and that 5 years has gone by really fast.
Oh, I guess it is. Now, what is your title that you hold?
Park interpreter.
Interpreter.
Yeah.
And what does that entail?
So it's basically a non-commissioned park ranger, and we do interpretive programs, so guided hikes,
Oh.
so things like that, and
Mhm.
school groups, field trips,
Oh.
and we
With
just had a Girl
schools?
Scout. Yeah. So
Nice.
we actually had Pleasant Valley Elementary School come out the last, I think, 2 years in a row. And we had about 500 kids at the park in the whole, like over the whole day.
Wow.
So that's the fun part of the job is working with kids and
Sure.
taking people on hikes.
Oh, how nice is that? Oh my gosh. Now, before your employment at the park, were there classes or training sessions that you had to attend?
Nevada State Parks requires a 4-year bachelor's degree in a related field.
Oh.
So it can be parks and recreation, management, forestry, that kind of thing. But there's no specific classes or seminars that you have to take before you get hired. But once you're hired, there are specific trainings that we take.
Oh, sure, okay. And what was your degree in?
I went to Utah State, and I have a double major in parks and recreation and anthropology. And I wanted a double major because I couldn't choose between the two. So
That's right, a major and a minor.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I chose 2 majors instead of a major and a minor.
That's pretty cool. Oh, well, I'm impressed. That is just, I like that.
But I have a bachelor's of science degree.
Oh, do you? Boy, you were just made for being an interpreter at a park.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Don't you people? I like that idea. That is fun. Well, now, the Washoe Lake location, how long have you worked there? You said 5?
Yeah, just over 5 years.
5
now.
years, And how long were you at Buckland? I'm sorry, well, Buckland Station and Fort Churchill, aren't they kind of like melded together?
Yeah, Buckland Station is part of Fort Churchill.
Okay.
And so I worked at basically both locations for about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. That's nice. What do you prefer?
I really like both of them, and they're both completely different.
Mhm.
So the Washoe Lake has a lot more visitation, I think. So,
Oh, okay.
And Fort Churchill, we could focus more on history and
Mhm.
interpretation and hikes. And
Sure.
in Washoe Lake, it's a little bit of everything. So
Mhm.
I really like both because no 2 days are the same. You're doing a little bit of everything. So
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. And Washoe Lake's got camping and RV park, right?
right.
Yeah, they don't have that at Fort Churchill?
Yeah, they do have camping there.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, they
interesting.
have, Fort Churchill has 20 campsites, and they actually have one walk-in site, which is really cool.
Nice,
And
yeah.
So they have
Oh.
all the museum, walking trails,
Mhm.
and then Buckland Station, which is the historic building.
Mhm.
And I liked working there because my office was actually in Buckland Station, and a lot of time I had that whole 3-story building to myself, which was pretty fun.
Yes, it would be. That would be nice. Oh, wow. I like that. Well, now, can you tell our viewers just what your duties are out at the Washoe Lake?
Right, and we all do kind of certain things like feed collection. We all do cleaning, picking up litter. But I do the guided hikes, interpretive programs, and we actually have the scorpion program coming up where we go out with black lights and look for scorpions. They glow in the dark, but
They do?
yeah,
Scorpions glow in the dark?
yeah, neon green under a black light, so it's kind of fun.
I
But-
did not know that.
Yeah, and kids like, especially when you show the kids,
Uh-huh.
because normally the scorpions are brown and tan, and then you
Yeah.
shine a black light on them and they're neon green all of a sudden. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's really fun to see that for the first time.
Sure. Oh, that just gives me the willies. I don't like scorpions. And they're okay? You don't mind looking for them?
Yeah, all we do is look, we don't catch them or,
Oh, you don't? Okay. You don't bring them home for
No.
pets?
no, we just look and keep our distance.
Well, sure. Oh, okay. And what was the other one you mentioned? A midnight hike?
Oh, full moon hikes.
Full moon
Yeah,
hikes?
we try to do
Ooh.
those once a month, and we just had a Girl Scout event at the park, so we helped out with that.
Oh.
And the La Nae Audubon Society brings their field trips in the spring for bird watching. So I've learned basically how to bird watch for them right along with the kids, and now I get to go work with them.
There's a lot of programs out there.
Oh yeah, and actually I brought you it's a 2019 program guide.
Oh, okay.
So it's got all of our programs listed from now through the end of December.
The end of December. Isn't
Yeah.
that interesting? Like what's coming up?
Let's see, the
Wow,
next
that
one-
you have programs all year long, and even in January through
yeah.
December?
Yeah, we'll do hikes. I've only had to cancel one hike because of the weather. And
Mhm, okay.
That was just really bad weather, a lot of snow. So-
Sure.
The
Oh,
next one.
well, how fun. I didn't realize that you have all those programs throughout the entire year.
Yeah, so actually next Sunday we have a bird watching program coming up, and the Saturday after that we've got a Dutch oven cooking class coming, and twice a year the Northern Nevada Astronomy Group brings their telescopes to the park, so they do stargazing programs.
Oh.
And they actually go to Fort Churchill twice a year, and then at Washoe Lake twice a year, so kind of every other month
Oh.
for 4 months.
Isn't that cool?
So that's a really fun one.
Well, sure. And you're part of every program that is provided out there for the tourists and
Most of them,
the
yeah.
programs? Okay. Nice. What is your favorite?
I really like the stargazing ones.
Ooh, that would be cool.
They have a variety of telescopes. They have one that's 2-foot diameter, so you can see things like close up. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned a lot from them too, just
Mhm.
about the night sky.
Oh.
I like the Dutch oven class because it's got food. And
Well, sure, you bet, you
So
bet.
that's the Northern Sierra Dutch oven group that comes in
Uh-huh.
and does that program for us.
How
So,
fun.
so we do a lot of the programs ourselves, and then we have people come in and actually do programs for us, which is really fun.
Isn't that cool? That is awesome. You know, I wanted to ask you, does the planetarium in Reno or the observatory here at our college here in Carson City, WNC, do they come out and teach or speak or talk or lecture when you're having your astronomy nights?
We haven't had the one in Carson City come up.
Okay.
But the astronomers that come out to Washoe Lake are,
Mhm.
I think they're connected to the one in the Fleischmann Planetarium in Reno.
Okay, Fleischmann, couldn't remember the
Fleischmann,
name,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, oh, interesting. Oh, that's awesome. Well, now, to talk about the park a second, What facilities and amenities does the park offer?
We have 49 campsites. And
Really?
we are just finishing up putting electric and water hookups in half the campground. So sites 1 through 24 will have electric and water hookups, and then sites 25 through 49 will stay dry camping. But we have showers, restrooms with flushing toilets. They all have, or most of them have shade shelters, fire rings, picnic tables.
Really? Oh,
And then
gosh.
We have a large equestrian area so people can bring their horses in. And we've got an arena and then a round pen that we just got donated to us.
Oh.
And then we've got miles of equestrian trails from the equestrian area all the way up to the north end of the park.
Oh, is that right?
So they can ride on the beach, the sand dunes, the trails. And
How
then
far would that be in mileage? A couple miles or 10 miles?
it's more like 5 to 10.
5 to
It's
10?
Combined.
Okay.
So, and then right before I started, our supervisor got a trail grant from the Rec Trails program, and she put in permanent equestrian obstacles. So there's a 2.5-mile loop there that people can come in and ride and use the obstacles whenever they want, basically.
Isn't that awesome?
So
Really?
it's kind of fun to watch them do that.
Sure.
So they were coming in and setting up their own obstacles and taking them down every time, so she decided to get the grant and permanent obstacles in, so they don't have to do that. They can just come in and ride whenever. So,
That's awesome. And you say you have an arena too?
yeah,
Where is that located at?
it's in the equestrian area, and it's available for reservations or drop-in use if it's not reserved. People can come in and use that whenever they want to.
Oh, is that more towards the north end of the park?
No, that's on the south end, just
That's the south end.
kind of right beside the campground. It's just
Oh.
past the campground in that.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think in my mind where that is. Okay.
So,
This is fabulous. Oh, I didn't realize that all those things were out at Washoe.
yeah, we have a lot of different, we've got a day use area, 3 boat ramps, picnic tables, like a picnic area.
Okay.
And then just hiking trails throughout the park. There's one trail you can walk up to, it's called Dead Man's Creek.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah. You can walk up to the gazebo and overlook pretty much the entire Washoe Valley. So you can see the whole lake, you can see the park, the campground, everything.
Oh,
It's really nice views.
Beautiful.
Oh, you have views of Slide Mountain and Mount Rose, and you can see almost to Reno.
Really? Oh my gosh, we need to go hiking up. I bet it's beautiful.
Yeah, we should go
food.
hiking up there.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Now, you have picnicking and you have fishing and hiking. What about the wildlife? What do you do with the I mean, outside of the scorpions, what do you do with the wildlife?
We do see coyotes and deer pretty often. And like I said, the Lahat Audubon Society comes in for bird watching programs. So we have a wetland area south of the lake that's really popular for bird watching. And also the day use area is really good for bird watching. And they have
Nice.
different types of birds, but there's, like, we get bald eagles, great blue heron. And Washoe Valley's identified as an important bird area. So
Is
they've
it?
had over 215 species of bird recorded in Washoe Valley. So
Is
it's-
that right?
So it's really a good place if you're interested in birds.
Well, no wonder you have bird viewing classes, or not classes, what am I trying
bird
to say?
watching programs.
Programs, yeah. Wow, very interesting. And do you have a lot of, what do they call, Audubon societies come in and
Yeah, it's mainly a Lahat Audubon Society.
oh, you mentioned that, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and they come from Reno. So a lot of their, I think all of their classes actually come from Reno and the North Valleys and that whole area.
Now, with your bird watching, is there specific times throughout the year that you'll see specific birds, or do they all kind of show up at 1 month?
Yeah, we start in the spring for those usually, and then we have birds that are here just for the summer. So like the bullocks, oriole, and pelicans pass through.
Pelicans?
Yeah. But we have magpies and robins that we see,
Sure.
and quail that we see year-round.
Sure, right. How interesting. Well, now, going back to some of the four-footed wildlife, has there ever been coyotes or bears or whatever that you have to get out of the park for safety factors for the campers?
No, they pretty much avoid people. People
Okay.
see coyotes sometimes up close, but they won't come up to people. And we do remind them to keep their pets on a leash and their kids close and food put away just in case. But we really, that side of Washoe Valley, we really don't have to worry about bears.
Okay.
But Davis Creek is on the other side of the valley, and they have the bear enclosures for their food, I guess, food enclosures.
Right.
And the trash enclosures, but we don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about those, okay. They don't swim across the lake there.
Yeah.
Come check things out at Washoe Lake Park, right?
Right.
Now, does the Washoe Lake offer programs like lectures?
Not so much lectures. I try to do some campfire programs.
Oh.
And I've had an owl program. I've talked about rattlesnakes. And the scorpion program, we start with a short lecture, I guess, about scorpions until it gets dark, and then we can head out towards the sand dunes with our black lights.
Oh, I like that idea.
And I do have a couple PowerPoint presentations that I do a couple times a year. So we've got one that's an introduction to Washoe Lake, and then one that's about the birds. And I think I was starting one about wildlife.
Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to hear you. Now, have you designed these or any of the programs that you offer?
Yeah, the ones I do are the ones I kind of came up with. And then we've got, like I said, the ones that other people come in and do for us. And then our park supervisor really wanted to do a hike from Washoe Lake to Virginia City. So she mapped it out and planned it, and then I helped with it, but she was really the one that put it together. So we hiked from Washoe Lake to Virginia City, and we've done it twice now. So we're going to try to do it again in the fall, but we walk from Washoe Lake up to the gazebo on the Dead Man's Creek Trail.
Okay.
And then from there we go up to Ophir Grade. We go up to Gonai Road, which goes up to Ophir Grade, and then we go up and over Mount McClellan where the radio towers are.
Yes.
And then down into Virginia City from there. And we've borrowed those big 15-passenger vans from the Forest Service.
Okay.
So we had those waiting for us so we could drive back down. So it's a one-way hike. But it's still 13 miles, 2,500 feet in elevation, so it's a hike. It takes all day.
That is a hike. Oh, how fun is that, though? Well, you have to really be fit to do something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
that's interesting. When do you start out in the morning?
About 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But when we did it in the spring, we got back right around 4:35. So.
Oh, that made a nice day.
Yeah. That was really fun.
And that's just a brand new program.
Yeah, we did it a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then I think we tried to do it last year, but the weather didn't cooperate, so we did it this spring.
I'll be darned. That's so interesting. Well, now, in regards to the park history, okay, can you tell our viewers when the park was first established?
Yeah, it was established as a state park in 1977, and that was to preserve a portion of Washoe Valley for future generations to enjoy.
Okay.
And it was really to protect the sand dune area and the rest of the park from development. So we have this whole area of open space that people could come and use and hike and camp and just enjoy it if they want to.
Sure.
If they want to.
Gosh, 70?
77.
That's really not that long ago.
Right.
Oh, it was just kind of open space. Anybody could just go there and...
Yeah, I should have looked up or brought it with me, but before it was a state park, it was privately owned. So there were cattle ranches, other ranches and private property that people owned, and they sold their property to the state with the purpose of creating the state park.
Oh, is that right? Oh, kudos to those people and the ranches.
And then some of the park, like the North Boat Ramp and Little Washoe, had actually belonged to Washoe County, and they were added to the park in 1999.
Oh, that's that little space of water, like when you're going towards Reno, you see it at the very north of the lake of Washoe?
Yeah. So Washoe Lake, we have the big lake.
Okay.
And Little Washoe, and the space between the two lakes is a wetland area, and that's managed by the Nevada Department of Wildlife, and it's called the Scripps Wildlife Management Area.
I did not know that.
So that part's not ours, but the two lakes are state parks.
Oh, how interesting. Okay. I always wondered if that little lake was part of the big Washoe Lake, because it just kind of sits there by itself.
Yeah, and that's actually, when I said we have 3 boat ramps, that's one of our boat ramps is right there. And it's really small, but...
Yeah. There's a boat ramp in that one?
Yeah, so people use it mainly for like jet skis and kayaks and paddle boards and that kind of thing. So.
Oh. Well, now your years that you have been here, have you seen the lake dry up and then get full and then dry up? And have you seen it go back and forth like that?
Once, yeah. So, you want me to show this?
Oh, sure, you bet.
So when I started in May 2014, there was water in the lake, but it was really low.
Okay.
And that whole summer and fall and winter that next year, we watched it just get smaller and smaller. And then by spring 2015, it was completely dry. So.
And that's when this picture was taken?
Yeah, one of our visitors took the picture and actually had it blown up and sent to us.
Isn't that something? Look at how
So
parched that is.
Yeah, mud cracks. There was grass growing in the middle of the lake, and we had been. That's when we were in the middle of a 4-year drought.
Sure.
And so we had been telling people it would take probably a couple years with a good snowpack to fill the lake back up. And then it went, was it October 2016? From there and through the winter of 2016, 2017, we got all those atmospheric rivers and huge storms that came. So the lake filled up in like 3 months. So it went from completely dry to like completely full in that space of time, just from that one winter.
Really? That's impressive.
And then last year we had a good winter, so
we did.
So that keeps water in the lake, and the lake is fed only by snowmelt.
Oh,
so
okay.
So we really need a good snowpack to feed the lake. Otherwise, there's nothing coming in, and the lake dries up.
Right. Oh, I'll be darned. That's interesting. How deep is the deepest part?
It's an average of 12 to 14 feet deep.
Is it that deep? Okay.
Sorry, not 12 to 14. 10 to 12 feet deep.
10 to 12, okay.
Yeah, so it's an average of 10 to 12 feet deep.
Okay.
And spring of 2017, when it filled up, we had somebody come in with a depth finder, and the deepest part they found was 14 and a half feet deep, but that was probably just a really deep spot, not really the average.
Okay.
So, but it was pretty.
That's pretty deep. I always heard that you could just walk across that lake and the water's just like waist high.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little deeper in some places.
Yeah, and it's really a gradual, there's no, not
okay.
any
like drop off.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So
Interesting.
you can walk out quite a ways before you get into deep water.
Right.
But
interesting. Oh, I like that. I like that. Well, now, have you found any historic artifacts?
I haven't found any myself, but there was a woman who was a member of the Washoe and Paiute tribes that had collected artifacts in Washoe Valley and around for a period of 50 years, and she donated those to the park with the condition that they have to stay at the park.
Right.
We can't loan them out, so
right.
they stay at the park at all times. And so there's just a few, a few pieces, but
look at these beautiful arrowheads.
So there's broken arrowheads. Reworked ones. So we have display cases in our visitor center, and we've got kind of a selection on display just in there.
Okay. Viewers, I'll take pictures of these so you can see them.
Right.
How interesting. Oh, I like that. Go ahead.
Any artifacts that people actually find in the park have to remain in the park too, so they can't just take the artifacts and take them home.
Good idea. Well, that's a
they're all
good
protected.
idea. Oh, I like that. And you said that there's a visitor center museum at the park?
Yeah, we've got our new, recently renovated visitor center. So we've got 2 display cases, a small gift shop, a little kids area, and it was all done by park staff pretty much. So in-house, but we wanted to remodel it into an actual visitor center.
Okay.
Before it was really just a park office.
Oh, okay, right.
So, and we didn't have anything on display, that kind of things. But now it's a lot more visitor friendly. So they can come in and get brochures and.
Sure. And did you bring a couple that people can grab onto there?
Yeah, I've got the park brochure with me.
Okay, park brochure,
A bird checklist. And, like I said, our program guide for this for the 2019.
Okay, I'll show the pictures of those too.
Okay.
Now you have something very interesting too that you brought. It's called a passport.
Right.
What is that?
So there are 27 state parks in the state. So
that many?
Yeah.
I did not realize there was that
And we've
many.
got a passport book where you can go. It's got a page for each park.
Okay.
For each state park.
And
each park has its own stamp. So you can go into the parks, get your stamp, and let me show.
Oh, how
I know you
interesting.
took a picture of it.
Uh-huh, sure.
But Washoe Lake's park with the stamp, and the only other stamp I have in my book is Fort Churchill.
Oh,
So-
sure.
And that's because this has been in my desk and not with me when I go anywhere. So. But there's Fort Churchill's stamp.
Oh, look at that. Isn't
It's
that
got the
cool?
cannon.
Yes, that's awesome.
But once you get 15 stamps, you can get from 15 different parks.
Okay.
You can get a free annual passport permit, and that covers the entrance fee for all the state parks for the year. So,
Oh, what
but
a
you have to
nice
get 15 stamps to get that.
What a nice reward.
But it's also kind of a fun souvenir, and
Well, sure.
it's got all but the 2 newest state parks in there. So
Oh, where's the newest state park?
Walker River State Park by Uring, or just outside of Urington.
Yeah.
And then Ice Age Fossils, which is in North Las Vegas.
Is it real? Oh my gosh.
So those are the 2
Oh.
brand new parks that we have.
Sure. So then that would make 29 parks that are, or
27
is that
total.
the 20, oh, that
Yeah.
included? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to all of the parks?
Not all of them yet,
Mhm.
so
Okay.
I've been to a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
I think the ones on the eastern side of the state, I haven't been to a lot of those.
Oh, okay, sure.
But I've been to Sand Harbor and Spooner Lake and.
Oh. Well, that
Like
is
those.
awesome. I like that. And have you visited them in an official manner or just at your leisure?
Some, like I worked at Fort Churchill, and then
Sure.
I've covered the museum at Mormon Station.
Oh.
When they needed coverage.
Uh-huh.
I've helped out with programs at Tahoe, and the grand opening, I think, grand opening for Walker River
Oh,
was in
okay.
September last year, and I helped out with that. I did a fish printing program for kids. So
Oh,
there was a
how
lot of
fun.
us that helped with that big event.
Yeah.
So some, but mostly when my husband and I are out, we take the dogs and walk and
Sure.
go see different things.
Oh, nice.
He's probably been in more of the parks than I have. just
Oh.
because he gets out for his job. He gets out more.
Oh, sure. Well, this is fascinating. This is fascinating. I wish we had more time that we could even ask you some more questions outside of, if you would. Could you tell our viewers your contact information, please?
Oh, yeah. The website is parks.nv.gov, and our email, wlsp@parks.nv.gov, and our phone number is 775-687-4319. You can find us on
Nice.
Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, you're all
and-
over the place.
And our website.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, is there a contact information that people, because of the show, they can contact you personally? I mean, would you feel comfortable giving that information?
Yeah, and my number is just the general park number.
Oh, okay.
And I check the park email too, so I can see all of those.
Okay. And remember, it's Kim Zuch. That's who you want as your guide, right? Well, do you have any, advice for people that want to get into being an interpreter for the Parks Department?
I started out volunteering and then working seasonally while I was in college. So any experience with that kind of thing helps, and be willing to volunteer. And for your degree, anything in a related field, so whether it's parks and recreation or like rangeland management,
Oh,
anything like that.
good point.
But Utah State Parks, there was a park manager with a history degree.
Oh,
So
sure.
because there's a wide range of parks, there can
Mhm.
be a wide range of degrees that would actually work.
Interesting. Good advice, people. All right. Well, thank you, Kim, so much for being an awesome guest on our show today.
Oh, thanks for bringing me in. That was fun.
This is fun. We're going to have you come back. All right. Now, if you would like to be a guest on Psychic Creations, you can contact me at my website, which is www.sandypsychicstones.com, or at my email address, which is admin@sandypsychicstones.com. Thank you so much for watching Psychic Creations, and we'll see you next show.